now.
Just about.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Now we're live. Okay.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy freaking New Year.
You was wrong.
Crafts Brothers, 901 South Street, stole the stars.
There you go.
Does your wife or girlfriend love me?
It's your Crafts Brothers.
That's Crafts Brothers, 901 South Street, store of the stars.
Guy lived
Little
life,
fill of stuff for you. Yeah. Way to go
I
in.
can't remember that guy's name.
It was Ed something, I think, or whatever.
Yeah. He was like the Hugh Hefner of Philly.
We came in with that and lost two people already. Bam!
There
They
you
just
go.
tuned right off.
Sorry about that.
Maybe it's too loud. Maybe it's booming. I don't know. Maybe
Hey,
the sound's not working. I don't know.
Turn their shit down. That's fine.
If they let me know, I'll know if the sound's working.
Yeah.
That's always an issue with this simulcasting bull crap.
We don't know what we're doing. We drink a lot. It's a very, very amateur setup. We don't, it's not like we're getting paid for this.
Who's getting paid?
Nobody's getting paid.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's fine. But happy freaking New Year.
Happy New Year.
So shit, yeah. Jump right in. How was the water tower?
The water tower was good. It was a big crowd. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of excitement. It went too fast. I felt like I was at a wedding and I was like, it's over too soon. I just want to, before you knew it was over. It was just wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
That's how those things go. There's so much going on.
There was just too much going on, but there were some cool things that did happen. And I will say that.
Yeah.
For anybody tuning in on Facebook, let me know if the sound's coming through. I see there's a couple of you watching or whatever. Let me know if you can hear everything. Just type a message in there. Anyway, so we got there early, of course, to do sound check and all that stuff. And that took a bit more time than we had hoped for. Okay, I'm getting thumbs up, so we're good.
Yay.
And so how did it go? So we did the sound check and it was cool, but then my wife and Matt decided to take a walkabout. And we started wandering around and, they've changed some things there. Like, I was there for birthday parties at Arnold's Go-Karts when my kid was little. They have two laser rooms now, laser tags.
Oh, I thought they only had the one small room.
They have two now.
Son of a bitch.
And they also have a museum there, which is on the opposite side of the building. You enter from the other side of the shopping center, if you want to call it that.
Really?
That used to be a BF Goodrich tire factory.
Museum? What kind of museum?
It's an Americana museum.
Wait.
And it's on the second floor.
Oh, I think I knew that.
They have an advertisement for it.
Yeah.
And how this all came about was I said I had heard that they had the Lit Brothers display in this museum. And I said, I was curious about it. He goes, yeah, come with me. So Hawkeye, the sound guy, works there full time.
Hello, Doc.
Yo.
So he took us. Hey, Doc.
Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
So he took us to see some things, and I won't get into because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But anyway, I will acknowledge.
Was there a donkey show?
The Lit Brothers display is there, and it is pretty awesome. The museum that they have there is incredible. We are going to go back. I'm not saying that because I played there or anything like that. It was an incredible thing, and I cannot wait to go get the full tour.
I'll have to check
told my
that out.
mom about it. She's pretty excited because she used to take us to see the Lit Brothers display when I was a little kid, the Christmas display. Hi, Patty. And I'm just, it was cool, dude. I'm pretty excited. Like I can't even hide how much fun it was to be there. And just the whole experience that night was great. The sound was great out front. Sound was great on stage. I had some issues with my amplifier, which some people may or may not have noticed, which was kind of a bummer for me on a night like that. That's when you want things to go perfectly. And that's when, Mrs. Murphy and Mr. Murphy come along and screw everything up. It's, I had I don't know if you can see it, Jim, but I'll show the people. See it? Probably not. No. Oh, okay. I have a pedal board, and on that pedal board, I have a switcher for my Mesa Boogie amplifier, and there's a button called Solo, and that's what I use for my solos to make them a little louder. In some cases, really loud.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be.
And they last about 3 or 4 years the way I hit that pedal.
Oh, really? I didn't think they'd last that long.
They're military grade buttons. They're momentary switches. They're meant probably for switching something on or off on a battleship.
Oh, so it's just like one press and then off.
Yeah, you just tap those things and things happen.
Do you have to tap them off, or just
No,
is it like a dead man
just-
switch?
Just hit it and it does its thing.
Okay, gotcha.
So I luckily had a 3 or 4 left. I had 2 left when I got home. So the next day I had to unsolder it from the PC board. There's a PC board in that thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, you have to take the whole thing apart. It's a whole procedure.
Thank you for not saying PCB board. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh.
That drives me nuts.
Okay.
So
I probably just screwed up.
it's like ATM machine.
Hello, Ralph. How are you? So I had to go in there and you have to kill the 2 solder points behind the button on the plate, drop it out, and then put the new one in. And of course, when you're doing that, you're going to clean everything. So I gave it an electronics bath, and
You still have grit from M3 in there?
there was grit from everything in there. Actually, I don't even know if I think this might be the M3 pedal,
I know that was a mess.
but there was a lot of dirt in there for sure. I'm pretty aggressive on that pedal. When I take my foot off my solo, I do a sweep motion. Anyway, so I had to repair that so I can play this weekend
Nice.
because we've got gigs this weekend, next weekend, and I think the weekend after.
Yeah,
think
you
we're
just
playing.
have the one this weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend we're playing at Old School is playing at the Sweetland Firehouse from 6 to 10 on Saturdays. Nice early evening if you want to catch some rock and roll and still have time to go home and go to bed, or maybe hit another club like you and I did last time.
What time is that show?
6 to 10.
Oh, hell.
So I was thinking I might take a ride to another place afterward.
Nice. I can actually do that.
So that's going on. And then the weekend after that, we are at a place called the King's Highway in Northeast Philly, which used to be a place. I used to work literally right next door called Loretta's Tavern. It was on Frankfurt Avenue, across diagonal to Dunphy Ford, or as we called it, Dumby Ford. I worked at D's Appliances on Frankfurt Avenue, 7715, I think was the address.
Yeah, you're not working there anymore. Don't plug it.
King's Highway. Well, it's not there. It's a Wawa now.
Don't plug the Wawa.
They tore down the D's and put in a Wawa.
Put it in don'ts.
But Loretta's is now King's Highway Tavern, which used to be called Smoke Eaters.
That I have heard of.
So that's where we're playing. And we've gotten some really, really good response to playing there from people, which is amazing because for some reason I was able to invite 497 people to the Firehouse show.
Oh.
And for King's Highway, I was limited to a meager 50.
I thought it tanked you at 50 no matter what.
No, there are parameters.
Of course.
Whatever you're doing, whoever you're doing it to, it drives me insane. So, people are like, how come you didn't invite me to the gig? I'm like, well, I advertise and I just,
You know where the damn thing is.
I click things and I just click the first 50 people usually that come up, on the thing. It's really a pain in the butt. The whole thing, the fact that they change it so regularly, they're probably looking for some sort of monetary compensation, I would say.
Oh, they get
Facebook, that is.
They get enough.
I did take out a massive ad for the Old School New Year's show, which paid off in dividends. Not to me personally, to the club. They had a line when you came up. I was on the inside, but somebody said they went outside. The line went wrapped down the side of the building for people
Holy
trying to get
Christ.
in. That's how.
That's
many
a draw.
Yeah, it was a
That's
good
worth it.
draw.
Nice.
So that was pretty nice. That was very. That felt good. That felt really
It's
good.
very nice.
So anyway, that's that. That was New Year's. It was pretty exciting. I had a pretty exciting weekend before because the day after Christmas. So it was Christmas Day. The day after that, my son got engaged.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
So, hey,
Very nice.
one step away from grandfatherhood, right?
Yep. Any minute now. Any minute.
So that was really exciting. And, we, of course, were expecting it. She was sort of expecting it, but she didn't know it was coming then and there. They did it at Caesar's Palace in Atlantic City.
Oh, that's what okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that was really exciting. I was really moved emotionally. That was.
Did you cry?
I teared up. I will not lie. I teared up when I was speaking to the two of them later in the evening. Very exciting to have something like that happen in your life.
Yeah. I have a while to go before that happens, hopefully.
I really hope so too.
Yeah.
My son's 24 years old, which is young by today's standards to be
Yeah,
engaged.
really. What the hell?
But they've been together a very, very long time. The two of them, my son and his girlfriend, or his fiance, I should say now, Abby. They've been together since they were in 12th grade of high school.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen often. I know one other couple that did that. I know friends of the family. My sisters went to school with her. Name is Joan. Married her junior high boyfriend.
It happens.
And they're still together.
Sure.
I mean, they're retired and everything. I mean, they're like, you know, they're infinitely older than me.
It's not unheard of. It's rare in today's society.
Yeah.
They've been living together for, I think, almost 3 years now, at least 2.5 minimum.
That makes sense.
In an apartment not much bigger than the room you and I are sitting in right now.
See, that's how they know, because they didn't kill each other.
If they would have,
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable, you know, with financial stresses and all the things that go along with it. And so, hallelujah.
That's how I got to know my wife. We were roommates for a while and we didn't murder each other.
Yeah.
That was the test.
Sometimes you got to test the cow out.
Yeah. Didn't go to jail.
Got the milk and the cow. It's all good.
Well, that took a while.
But you know, they she went through school during that period. He went through school and worked a full-time job. She worked, I don't know, she had one or two jobs, but the one job I do know about that she had, and most people will probably know who she is based on this, or at least who her family is. She works for Susie Joe Donuts because that's her family. Her grandparents own that. So she works there quite a bit.
She's part of the family that's very big in this town, right?
They're very big.
Yeah. Those.
She's part of the Volpe family, and that's her father is the Volpes. So
I'm sure I've been yelled at by her grandfather or great grandfather, whichever one.
I don't think they're the Volpes. I'm not sure if they're related to the guy who was on the council or whatever. I don't know.
I just know there was the guy down near the bridge used to yell at me all the time. So
these
he's a nice guy.
People that own
a
Susie
dick.
Joe's live down the street in the Twins, and I won't go.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I won't give away where they live. Maybe they don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want people showing up in the middle of the night.
Hey, you got any donuts?
Like they do to our houses.
I'd like some buttercream and no, that's not going to happen. But yeah. So we're looking forward to that. 2023 is supposedly when the wedding's going to take place.
Jesus, it's like the future.
That's far in the future at this point. Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
a lot of stuff going on.
You had a busy week.
It was really busy. I mean, I was off.
Thank God you're on vacation
for 2 weeks from work, almost 2 weeks, and
you suck.
Had a lot of anxiety going back. But did some cool stuff. Went to let's see. My wife and I went to for Christmas Day. We ate dinner at the Homestead Restaurant in the Borgata.
Oh, okay.
Which is a steakhouse. We took my mother along. We got hamburgers.
That's fine.
That's what we were in the mood for, and the food there was exceptional. I'm not gonna.
I like me a good pub burger.
It was massive. I couldn't finish it. I brought home half a hamburger to have a day later. So we did some gambling there. We did all right. And then the next day we went to Parks Casino and gambled some more. I mean, it was just crazy. And then my wife and I went to one day during the week, we went to Doc's Oyster House in Atlantic City and then went to the Hard Rock.
Yep.
And we went to the Botanical Garden, Longwood Gardens.
Oh, right.
And saw the Christmas display, which was very cool. This is probably so boring to the people listening.
Well, you got to celebrate what you did.
But that was cool. And then, of course, I started the vacation playing some gigs with Old School and ended the vacation playing some gigs with Old School. So that's always fun.
It bookends very nicely.
And then I booked a couple gigs for Instinct. Instinct's playing in February. They're doing a double shot on the 18th and 19th. Wow. Mike from Old School is also in a band called Midhaven, however they pronounce it. They are finalists in a contest. There was a video contest that was on the internet, and they are finalists, and they are participating in some band battle of the bands coming up, I think, in the end of January.
Wow. Neat.
It's about an hour and 40 minutes from here.
We should probably think about that.
I would, except I already literally have plans for that night, which is how life works.
Yeah.
but he's got that going on, and he'll be playing with his band at the First Instinct gig, February 18th at Screwballs. Believe it or not, we're going to do an original music night there.
Oh wow, holy hell!
Which is a big deal.
They've been having a hard time the last couple of weeks. Everybody's canceling on them.
Oh, because of
COVID.
Oh,
New Year's Day, Whiskey Grin was supposed to be there.
I saw that.
The Antidote was supposed to be there Saturday.
Oh no,
Same thing. One of the guys.
She didn't call me, so that's
yeah. It's just the bands have to cancel if they test positive. This one, again, not to be a dick, but nobody's going to get vaccinated. People.
Well, it's interesting because
it's going to mutate into a better. It's it's Darwinism.
Well,
it's
Omicron is definitely a lesser variant.
Yeah. This one I don't know.
It's more cold based.
This sounds nightmarish. Kids are getting it. People are dying.
Well, it's very contagious, but I think it's affecting kids in a bad way as opposed to Delta and the one before it, which affected people our age and older. Which is, you know what? I'm over all of this. I just wish it would just go away.
Well, Upper Merion canceled school yesterday.
That was because of snow, I thought.
No.
Oh.
Nobody showed up to pick up the kids on the bus. The bus drivers didn't have enough bus drivers. So now they're trying to get to a point again. Norristown,
oh my God,
the town over, they're
insane.
In a modified, like a hybrid version. They could do either way. They could go virtual or not. So they're ready to go. We're not. And I thought about that, like, why the hell aren't we? And I'm like, oh, right. How do you justify a new building if nobody's in the one you've got?
Right.
So, so now they're going to start going to the hybrid model where they can just switch to virtual if they have to.
Yeah. Or maybe they can just say, okay, these 10 kids come in and the 20 stay out or something like that.
But I mean, they've already got issues. I mean, they got the one teacher who refuses to wear a mask and tells the kids they're idiots, even though it's policy and they haven't fired him. I'm like, dude, believe what you want, but follow the policy.
Policy's policy. Yeah.
They just
I don't randomly choose which light I stop at.
Yeah, exactly. Well, most people around here do, but
I don't.
Stop signs at least. Christ.
But in any case, it's just things are really.
I just want the shit to end. Just stop yelling at everybody.
Enough.
Everybody, I'm not mad at anybody. Everybody be happy.
Yeah.
Let's get cool. Be Americans. Let's get this.
No,
shit
I mean
done.
my sister,
Shit.
My niece tested positive a week ago. And she had no outward signs. She just tested because she was at a get together with 4 or 5 other women who tested positive.
That's how I tried to catch it.
So she tested positive, and she followed the protocol at that point because you never know, you might run into like somebody like my ex-wife's grandmother who was vaccinated but apparently had some autoimmune or some immune issues, and she caught it about I don't know, it was a while back now, but she passed away in the last 5 weeks.
It's like I used to tell my mom. My mom used to get sick all the time, and she's like, "Why don't you ever get sick?" I'm like, "Because I don't smoke. Yeah. You smoke.
That's a thing too.
It knocks your immunity down, and whatever else is wrong with you at the time.
It just depends on your personal biological makeup.
It's like people who get cold sores.
Look,
you get those because your you get that because your immune system's fighting off something else. That's why it's called a cold. It just can't. It's like you're like Wolverine.
Dave Marabella.
It just happens, man. Everybody's different. It's not weird.
It's just, brother.
Everybody's different.
Everybody is different, and that's fine. So whatever. Everybody do what you got to do.
Yeah, I don't get sick, but I still.
Well,
I'm doing it right.
We both got it though.
I know, but I didn't get sick from it. I just had it.
I got pretty fucked up. That's
all I just had it, and whatever. But
it was not and whatever I had, my wife and her mother got it 10 times worse than me.
The wife and kid got it. That scared me.
Especially your wife.
Yeah, she shrugged it off like a champ.
It just depends. It just depends.
She's not going to go down with like that. She'll fight the shit out of that. She'll kick its ass. But yeah, whatever. It's got to go away. We'll figure it out. But I just want to be able to go out again. Damn you.
Well, I'm going out, and
I am too.
I had it. Got my triple booster. Vaccinated. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I'm just, at this point, I'm like.
It's funny when I got the booster, the guy was like trying to sell it to me. I'm like, dude, I'm here.
Right.
He's like, well, if you might hurt. I'm like, I've had shots before. I know how they feel. It's all right.
Yeah, I didn't really have too much going on after the booster. It wasn't too bad.
I had about an hour when my arm was sore, and then it went away. That was it.
I hurt for 2 days on my arm, but I got ahead of it and took some medicine. Just whatever.
Yeah, vitamin R.
Yeah. Well, it's fine.
Drink that. We need beer. I need a drink. Damn you.
I'm looking at guitars while we're doing this.
Well, hey Doc, what'd you do on New Year's?
Babysat.
Oh, what the hell? Why?
Because he's a good grandpa.
Oh,
I had plans.
yeah.
They got canceled. And my daughter wanted to go out. So I said, look, you guys go out. Don't worry about it. And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Go ahead. Just don't. She said she kept feeling bad. I'm like, just go. So I just stayed home with the kids. We played video games and watched TV, and that was it.
It's cool. Then you build up some karma so you can.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. You know, my happiest New Year's are always when I have a party.
They're fun parties.
So, you know, but if I can't have a party because I can't have 100 people in my house or 50 people in my house right now. Can't. I got a 77-year-old mother-in-law living here. I don't know what, you know.
Yeah, she'll be
in addition to all the other shit that's going on. I just, you know, don't need people coming in here sick. So, you know, we'll maybe consider redoing a party after all this stuff goes away. I don't know. Now Pandora's box has been opened for playing out. The interesting thing about playing out is that I make as much as it costs me to pay for a party, you know, and it's like I'll say I'm having 50% as much fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're working.
When I'm playing, it's probably the most happy I can be.
But when you have a party, you guys come down here and everybody jams and you have
it's not the same as playing in front of an audience. If everybody comes in this room and we jam and we have everybody can see, it's great. But you're not doing that during COVID. You're not going to jam.
Not in here.
This is too small.
No.
You know, and I've been toying with the idea of rearranging this room, but as you can see, this drum set has expanded.
There's not much you can do with that kit there.
Because the room used to be set up this way with PA speakers here going out to the world.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
So you could fit about 15 people in this room.
Yeah, I mean you could. It
wasn't comfortable, but they're not in front of the PA. This is a circle.
Yeah. This is more.
It's hard to see for the people
this
watching.
This is kind of like everything coming at you.
There's an amp diagonally in front of Jim and I. There's a drum set directly in front of us, and then there are 2 amps behind us and 2 PA speakers behind us. So it's a circle.
Yeah. Which
is honestly a lot of bands practice that way in the recording. I won't call it a recording studio, but in rehearsal studios, that some bands will practice that way. I in fact watched a video of Metallica doing it just the other day. Then there's other rehearsal spaces where people go in and they do the traditional setup, and that's nice.
Yeah, it's a neat little room. I like it.
If I had a house big enough for that, that'd be awesome. But this is clearly not the right house for that.
When Howard sells us his house, and then we
build the play den.
Yeah, we'll do something with that. Sure, I'll start working on the lottery.
Yeah, so I mean, and I lose a lot of room in that whole thing.
What, the closet?
Yeah,
it's not that bad. You need to put stuff somewhere.
You'd have to put an amp in front of it, because you could do a band straight across with another amp. I mean, that I could do for New Year's.
Yeah. Do the old hang shit from the ceiling through the tiles bit.
No. I mean, like you could put a guitar amp there, and then have the microphones going straight across where you and I are sitting.
Yeah.
And then people would stand in this vicinity.
You just have people all over the damn room just going crazy. Yeah.
Which is fine. It's fine.
It's good.
It's fine.
I
don't know, man.
Did you hear that?
I heard that.
I heard that. I didn't hear that. Oh. I think that's mine. Okay. I'm going to get this out. I'm thirsty.
If anybody wants to call into the show and they're not able to get into...
well, Mark's actually in the studio online, so he could call in.
Mark could call in. That's crazy.
Do that.
Good old Mark Perry. Oh, my God. But if you're not, you can always call in through Facebook. We have you can call into Jim. If you call into me, only a limited number of people would be able to hear you. But if you call into Jim's Facebook page, we can probably simulcast that.
Yeah, just warn me.
Just let us know.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, how's it going?
Mark Perry.
What's happening?
One of my favorite people in the entire world.
It's the name.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Hey, Jim.
Hey.
How's Valerie?
Val's good. I was going to say, hey, Jim, who cares about Paul? But you know.
See? Damn it.
Well, it's his house. I have to behave.
Yeah, of course. So just tell me real quick. So I can't see the video like I was seeing before. I'm only on Podbean now. So what's going on? Is it something different?
There's no video on
There's
Podbean.
no video on Podbean. Yeah.
It's a podcast site.
Yeah, but like lately, like in the past, I've just been like clicking on Facebook and then boom, the video comes up, but that didn't happen tonight. So
Oh, it should be on my page.
It's
Okay.
going in and out. I don't know what's going
It
on.
is
Okay.
doing some lagging stuff.
Oof, I don't even look
I'm going to
at it.
click on it right now and just
All right.
double check. But I have
Yeah.
it. I have it simulcast.
I had it open for a while, but it wasn't updating, so I wasn't seeing a whole lot.
No, we keep getting the whatever that is, that laggy thing.
Yeah.
No, it's broadcasting, and there are people viewing right now. It looks like a whopping 3 people
Woohoo.
are watching on Facebook.
But it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, it's getting
Okay.
some lag stuff. My wife's probably downloading the thesaurus or something.
The Gutenberg Bible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So how you been?
Pretty good.
who you
Hey.
are in a minute.
we'll talk later. But hey, thanks for keeping us entertained.
Oh,
God, with this?
Well, you know, it's better than watching paint dry, but whatever, you know.
About.
or YouTube. That's
True.
what I want.
No, honestly, it's totally entertaining. I love it. Just random topics. So continue on.
It's like the puppy bowl, watching things just tumble around and fall into walls and stuff.
Mark and I go back probably about, I'm thinking 8 to 10 years at this point.
At least 10. Yeah.
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 So we had a band that we were trying to put together. We struggled in this room, of course. Everything was a struggle in this room. But we had one lineup that was pretty damn good. And that was myself, Mark, Dom DeSpaldo, and what was the other guy? Oh my. James the singer.
James. Yes.
And that was a good lineup, and I don't know why we didn't push forward. It was more of an original band than it was it was sort of a cover band that wanted to be original. I think we should have just done the original thing because we definitely were cooking with gas there at one point. We had some good stuff. I have some recordings that I recently listened to and I really enjoyed. But that's how I know Mark. And there was a point where, believe it or not, I was thinking about quitting old school.
Oh, I believe it.
So there were some other things going on there too. I see Pat Schumacher just.
I did not know that.
Yes.
That would be extreme, man.
Well, listen, I go through the range of emotions on a regular basis, depending upon my stress level. And that's the truth. I mean, I'm not going to quit my own project, but
No, right.
I've had some moments over the last couple years where I've just been like, what am I doing? What's going on here? The whole.
I think all of us do. Like, pretty much like every week you look around, you're just like, what am I doing? What's going on here?
And Mark, for those that don't know, plays in cover bands and has been in the scene for years and years. And he's in a band called James Blonde right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In fact, Jim, you and I saw them.
Yeah, I've seen them a couple times.
They're a great band.
Yes. Enjoyed. Yep. Peppers that one night. Yep. In the tent, right?
In the tent with I think they scorched the back of my head that night.
I think you guys had 1 or 2 beverages that night. I'm not sure. Just
There might have been
correct me if
7.
I'm wrong.
Maybe
Okay.
2.
Thank you.
Maybe 2. Just
It
2.
was a good night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had clams too.
I think I ate.
It was it was
I
the
think I had
first
some
time I
bread.
had been back to Peppers since Amadeus acquired them.
Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't been there for a long time.
And I think it was that night that they said they spoke to me, maybe.
Yeah. I think it was.
And then we sealed the deal for Old School to come in there, which has been a strange thing for them because Old School's just a different animal for a place like Peppers. Peppers, it's just a different type of venue.
Yeah. They don't usually have girl fights until you guys come.
That was interesting. That was interesting.
I was wondering why nobody was paying attention to you guys.
Well, I can only pull my pants down so many times.
Well, yeah, that's why everyone's turning away. Maybe you should.
And the one guy who lit himself on fire was a one-time deal.
Sorry about that. I was hot. I was cold. Whatever. All right. I'm going to open my beer. So I'm going to
All
jump
right.
into this. So
So,
I was
Mark, stay on the air while we're doing
yeah,
this.
you'll just
Will
hear
do.
that.
Because it's you who got me into beers that mattered.
Oh, thank God. Thank you for that.
I had my first IPA.
Oh, don't let enough of that. Ugh. But I'm gonna play this song because I think the other one will get us kicked off Facebook. because it's a Weird Al song.
Is it?
Yeah. So all right. So the beer tonight it's a very, very local place. It's
Oh yeah.
let me wait till this makes its. Hang on. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. Conshohocken Brewing Company.
Good stuff.
If you're not from the area, I dare you to spell that. Even if you are, I dare you to spell it.
That's like telling people to spell Schuylkill.
Yeah, I fucked that up. So, Puddler's Row. It sounds kind of gross, but it's an English pale ale, and it's the first thing I saw when I ran to the liquor store on my lunch break today, or the beer store.
Around the corner at the liquor store.
I didn't want to go too far, but I saw this and it looked. This looks good. It's nice dark amber beer.
Nothing wrong with Amber. She's great in every movie I see her in. She looks different all the time, though.
She looks old now. So, looks like that.
I did a bad pour. Jim.
Oh, you can be eating your way through that head for a while.
I didn't get the rim.
It's gross.
All right, we're getting there. I'm just going to go really slow.
It smells really good.
But yeah, I think the first IPA I had was hanging out with Mark. I think I had a Racer 5 IPA. I could be wrong.
That was one of the ones back when before everybody had 1,800 different IPAs.
Oh yeah.
And it was like the more resiny and nasty, like it was like drinking pine tar.
But drinking a Racer 5 was exciting to me because all I could think of was Speed Racer.
Well, there you go.
And then so he would bring down these really interesting beers to band practice.
Nice.
So band practice wasn't just band practice. Band practice was beer tasting.
Well, when we played hockey, somebody would always bring a case of beer for the end of the night.
Oh, it smells great.
And that was the one thing you'd get your ass kicked for if you forgot to bring it. And they'd be like, they'd usually bring crap. But I said, if anybody brings Budweiser, you're off the team. But like I would bring Molson and they would be like, oh my God, this is great. I'm like,
you really hate the Budweiser, don't you?
I just don't like it. Oh my God,
that's a whole lot of flavor in one glass.
It's kind of chocolatey.
It is kind of chocolatey.
Oh my God, I didn't expect that.
That's great. I think I've had this at Conchi Brewing.
I went to Conchi Brewing once and I hated the place because they had nothing good. It was all like it was all IPAs aren't bad. Like I told you, I like red ale
food though.
Like red ales. That's basically an IPA.
The red ales are good. I like them.
So that's fine. But these were all like beyond Hop Devil strength, like just nasty. It wasn't pleasant. It's kind of like the one time I was at Nick's and I tried a sour ale.
When I drank Golden Monkey, you know, I'm like, I got to try this. It's great. It's high alcohol kind of. No, don't like it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
We were at Nick's one night. They had a sour ale, and I'm like, I've never tried one. I've always wanted to see what it was like.
That hits the reverse gear for me.
Oh, it tasted like somebody's athlete's foot, man. That was disgusting. I went over to Jen right away. I'm like, gotta try this.
I'm like, this isn't done. It needs to go back in the barrel for a little while.
That's the kind of shit that Jim Cook made on that one show I was telling you about, where they took a bath in the wort. They put the mash together in a tub. 3 guys got in and bathed in it.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm not drinking that.
And they were like horrified. And Jim Cook's like, we're going to boil it off. Everything will be sterile.
Yeah, but
it's like
the idea.
Your ass nuggets and all that bacteria. Of
course,
that's what makes the sour.
We all drink city water for the most part.
We drink quarry water. Please. Excuse me?
I'm telling you.
We drink from the quarry.
That quarry's.
That is gross. I'm sure we're drinking like some 1930s like front end.
Well, I grew up in Philly. We drank Schuylkill River and Delaware River, I'm sure, water. And
dude, I was born in Norristown, man. That water, I had no idea.
It's all recycled toilet water.
Back when I was a kid, on that hurricane my mom let me wander off in, we weren't allowed to drink the water. That was the first time I'd ever been in a place where you couldn't drink out of the tap. So we got spring water. I couldn't believe it.
You're like, this tastes great.
I'm like, I like this. Why does our water not taste like this? and that's what came out of the tap at my last house. It was pure spring water. But yeah, and then when the water came back and we could drink it again, I'm like, oh, what the hell is this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like an artesian well like Florida where it smells like sulfur. My aunt had that. She also had brown teeth and drank Bush for breakfast.
And probably smoked.
Oh yeah, a lot. And her water was kind of like this color.
That's the brown teeth.
Yeah. Well, no, the water does it. It's got lots of iron in it. And
nice.
Myrtle Beach is like that. North Myrtle Beach, the water isn't fit for human consumption that comes out of your tap.
Awesome.
So you have to go, the locals drink it, but if you really don't want to die, you go down to, at least when I was there, the center of town had a tap, spring tap. You could
Okay.
get real water from that.
Like in one of those spaghetti westerns.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mark, what have you been up to?
Oh my God, that's good.
Did he leave?
He's on mute. There he is.
Geez, not much really. What's going on with you
Tell us
guys?
what's
Come on the
going
show and he put you on the spot like a dick. Look at that.
Tell us what's going on with your life and plug your band and do all the things that people need to do.
Gosh, I mean, we really haven't been doing much this winter. Chilled out. We had the gig at Peppers and early December, I guess, and then
That was a tribute to a former member who had passed on, if I remember correctly.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we had a when I first joined the band, there was a bass player, keyboardist who was in the band, and probably for a few gigs, and then he quit the band at some point and just decided to move on to other things. And I'm not sure whatever personal reasons it was, but yeah, really shocking. Passed away. I guess like a month or two ago, and yeah, so dedicated that last gig to him. But
That's
yeah,
wild. I mean, I'll tell you a funny story. So, I sent you a message. It was probably last September. I sent it out to you and James and to Dom, and we talked about getting together and jamming and having a good time. And Pat Schumacher knows the guy that apparently his name is Chris that passed away. I sent you guys a note to get together, and literally within a week of us all corresponding, I had COVID.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's just crazy because, how things work. I mean, I didn't say anything to you guys. I was like, I'll just let that die on the vine. I'm not going to tell them to come over now. I spent, it was November. I got COVID. Luckily for me, I'd had, an operation on my heart right before that.
Thank God.
Had I had gotten COVID before I had the operation, I probably would not be sitting here right now, based upon what my doctor told me.
They're nice like that.
Wow. Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you. It affects the
everything.
The timing of the heart. My issue was timing related.
Yeah.
I had a thing where I was getting a rapid heartbeat. And when I say rapid, right now I beat at about 63 beats a minute sitting here all the time. I was averaging about 140 to 153 on a regular basis.
So that's basically the same rate as when you're playing the Skid Row solo?
Exactly.
Okay.
On the treadmill at the same time.
Right. Yes.
While getting a handy.
So I had two operations done. I had two ablations, they call them. The first ablation was unsuccessful, and they treated me for what's called atrial flutter, and it lasted about, I'd say, 6 months. I knew something was wrong, and then I had developed what's called atrial fibrillation, and I knew something wasn't right, and I remember the day specifically where it really went off the rails. It was over the course of 4 days. I played a gig, and it's always a gig that kicks it off. And it was a Monday. I was sitting down in my living room, my den, and I contacted my heart doctor and said, "Hey, something's not right. I feel like I got like the bongo drums going off in my chest again." And went into them, and they did an EKG, and they're like, "Yeah, you need to go to the emergency room. We're going to send you down to University of Pennsylvania Hospital." So I went down.
Nice.
And the ER doctor told me I was basically in cardiac arrest.
Wow.
Yet I was sitting there cracking jokes and feeling no pain, and nothing seemed irregular to me other than I just felt like I could feel my heart stopping and starting.
Excuse me, Mr. Adler. Excuse me. Can you put the magazine down for you? I just want to let you know you're dead.
They literally sent me back out to the waiting room.
Well, that sounds
While they waited for other things to open up, they're like, okay, so we're gonna put you in the
Listen,
ER.
Mr. Adler, you're dead, so we're gonna send you out to the waiting room for a minute.
Like, in my mind, I picture like he's in cardiac arrest. Get a gurney, strap him down, put him in IV. I'm
Wait a minute, what's his insurance?
right. Well, there definitely was all that.
Aetna. Fuck, put him in a waiting
Put him
room.
in the back room. And this is all during COVID, so I'm sitting in a waiting room with all
Full of
these
sick
people who were clearly they had COVID. Some of them. Oh my God, what a nightmare!
Excuse me. You have a napkin I can use?
So they stuck us in the ER that night, and they let my wife stay with me, which was cool. But we were
Not for her. She had to sit in that horrible chair, I assume.
She got in the gurney with me.
Oh,
yeah,
dirty
baby.
fucker.
Wow, chicka, wow, chicka, wow.
Jesus Christ.
And
now, was a monitor going off all night?
We were in a
long?
room that had a high velocity air circulation system. I think they all did, because the nurse came in and told us, she goes, every other person in this ward right now is COVID.
Thank you for that.
We were like flipping out. And 5-6 days later, I was back in there for my next operation, which so far, it's over a year now, has been working like a charm. Which is why I can sit here with 63 beats a minute.
I just realized something. If you don't eat a lot, one beer will fuck you up.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to start to.
I can tell you a story about a gig.
Was it at M3 that first year I was there? Because that's what happened.
No, I can tell you.
Is that the one when you fell off the stage, Paul?
That happens a lot.
Yeah, well, you gotta pin that one down.
And it's really tough to fall off a stage when you play on the floor.
I did appreciate the fact that on M3, after I did my thing, you like fell and broke a mic stand or whatever the hell. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You get some of the heat off me.
Yeah.
I do.
We had multiple things break at that. The mic stand and a speaker.
You know, honestly, what the worst part of that was, and fuck, who knows this, doesn't know the story. M3, I was standing way too close to the stage apparently, and Shaky was singing, and he dropped his mic stand. It started to fall, and like I tried to catch it.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, his mic stand started to go over, and I reached out to catch it, and
lost your balance.
No, I fainted.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought you just fell.
No, I fainted. I reached for it, and then I woke up with my face in the gravel, and then I used my
blood on your face.
I used my face muscles to jump off the ground. So it scratched my forehead, nose, and fucked me all up. But and I was and everybody's like, you were drunk. I'm like, I can prove I wasn't drunk. They're like, how? I'm like, where was I after I did that? And they're like, I don't know. Where'd you go? I'm like, I hid. I was embarrassed. If I was drunk, I'd have been jumping around like a moron. But
oh my God.
The worst part of that whole thing, and I'm not going to look it up now because I'll probably fuck up the podcast, but somebody took a picture of your wife running over to me immediately and handing me nuts. And like basically mothering me and trying to save me from myself.
That's funny. Wow.
And I look at that picture and I feel so bad because I love her for that. She ran right over and I'm like, well, she probably has experience in these sort of things.
Let's not have a repeat performance.
No. But that's the thing. The reason that happened was I didn't sleep the night before because I was too excited to sleep. I hadn't eaten. I was also you remember that was when I lost all that weight?
Yes.
I was barely eating. That's the only way I can do that. I'm doing it now. That's why I'm getting buzzed off this.
You were dehydrated. It would be no problem because of all the armpit sweat from Shaky's armpit. So
easy now.
No. I hadn't eaten. I hadn't slept, and I had a beer.
Oh, dude, that was a marathon. So we got up early in the morning.
I got there before you guys left.
Yes, you were there at like 7 in the morning.
6.
Jesus.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
It was, Mark. It was crazy exciting.
Oh my God, it was so cool.
So just to make a long story short, and I'll make it long.
There you go. Yeah, long.
There's a rock festival in Maryland called the M3 Festival. Easy now. Have you ever heard of it, Mark?
Yep.
Okay.
For sure.
You asked me that, and I was actually offended. Yes, everybody's heard M3.
You don't know. So we went, I don't know how many years ago. I went with my wife, and we had a really good time. And met all these people that have this big party in the parking lot. They're called the M3 Rockers. And I said, who puts this together? They're like, well, there's this guy. He's like the king. And I'm like, oh boy,
He's
what
mad
the
at
hell
me.
is this? Some kind of savant walking around or something? I don't know. Anyway, so I found this guy in a top hat walking around, and they said, that's the dude. And hey, Roy. No, we're not taking our shirts off.
Ew.
And I found this guy, Earl. And I said to him, I said, hey, dude, you know what you need for your tailgate party? Because they had like 250, 300 people at this tailgate party. This isn't like, 20 people hanging out and drinking beer. We're talking like a major party. I said, you need a band. Oh, yeah? Yeah. And I got the band, and I'll take care of it. So the next year, we all bought tickets, the band. One of our members couldn't make it voluntarily. So I hired a replacement guy who rented a car and came down. It was crazy. Anyway, so we went to this parking lot, and the band set up, and it was a huge parking lot, which is no longer there. It's
Oh
now
my God. I can't
townhouse
believe
development.
I can't figure out where you're going to set up this year.
It's going to be bizarre.
But
anyway, we're going to take the chance this year. And so the band comes in, and we get a generator, and we set up our amplifiers, and we put the PA up, and we have the old schools, like we have like 9 old school signs up behind us. And we start playing. And I'll be damned, man, bands that were playing inside the arena came out to watch us play because we were there before sound check.
I was honestly wondering if like Kix was going to wander out and be mad because
they
you
weren't-
played it better than them.
They weren't there yet.
No, but like some of that stuff, like you were playing stuff that they were going to be playing inside.
Well, I don't think we played it better than them, but
I like it better.
But here we were in the parking lot rocking out, and it was raining, and somebody got a tarp and covered the band.
God, that was the biggest tarp I've ever seen.
It was epic. I mean, literally, it was an epic moment, and it felt really wonderful. And then you go into this arena where you've just played in front of all these people. Well, at least a smattering of the 20,000 people. You played in front of 150, 250 people, and everybody's going old school. Old school. And we're selling t-shirts. The next year we go back and do it again. And now there's people standing there in front of us with old school shirts, and they're running through the arena. And then the third year we went to go back, we got invited to play an off-site show with national acts that weren't playing at the M3 festival, including
At Merriweather.
LA Guns,
Guns
and the singer from Kix and a bunch of really cool bands. And it's not a joke. Like, these were really national acts. And here was this little choo-choo train of a band with nothing going for it, playing at a show where we had a green room treatment. And
Yeah, they kicked me out of the green room.
that was not right. You were with the band.
No, I got booted out. I was the last person to be let back in.
That's just not right.
We were out in the parking lot, and I was literally last in line.
See,
we moved everything in, we set everything up.
and then they didn't kick other bands roadies out.
I went into the green room with you, and then all of a sudden it was like, you need to leave, and I was escorted out.
I should have told them. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, they booted my ass.
But they moved us from green room to green room. There were 2 green rooms.
oh, fuck.
Then the
Jesus.
main green room was, that's where the beer,
Making
and
this worse,
the
you know.
food, and then there was what do you call it? I want to say paparazzi, but
Hookers.
press people.
Oh, yeah.
They were press people.
Yeah, I saw none of that. I saw the first green room where I think there was food.
Well, that must be the same one, because then we got moved to some other room and then back to the main one.
I saw it. I walked in. There were a couple of guys sitting on couches.
There was this back room where they're like, Mr. Adler, and they'd say, Mr. Adler, you can't bring your cabinet up on stage. You're going to have to use the Marshall up there. And I'm like, but I use maces. And they're like, no, you can't bring the
Don't
mace.
be a dick, sir.
I drove all the way down here with my mace and I can't use it. Nope. So I'd slap my mace head on top of another head and then plug it all. It sounded fine, actually. There must have been some pretty good speakers in that cabinet. I'm thinking they weren't 75s for the guitar players. I'm thinking they might have been some vintage 25s or something, because it sounded glorious.
It was nice.
But that was a fun gig. We literally rewrote our set list 5 minutes before we went on, and we tore the shit out of that place. And we haven't been back since, because the part of the parking lot where we played was a huge, vast area. I mean, just enormous parking lot.
Yeah.
And now there's a city center there. They have like high-rise buildings. So there's an adjunct side parking lot that we're going to try and covertly take over.
I want to say there's grass.
There is grass. We parked there. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
It was
That's
very
all- that's
narrow.
I'm going to look at this up.
So we're going to try and do this again. And hopefully the police don't listen to my stupid radio show with Jim.
Yeah, they don't listen to us.
But
We never bothered us. You guys would set up right near the sign that says no tailgating.
yeah, there's going to be a big tailgate for this. So
Let's see what it's
what
like.
happens? The goal of this, of course, is to get the band inside the arena one year. It's going to be right in that
Right here,
mess,
right?
somewhere in that. No, this is all parking lot now.
This is all parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we're somewhere in there.
this is lot
I
5.
think this is lot. That's where we're going to play. Right there.
Okay, that's
Right there.
pretty big. That's a lot
Yeah,
bigger.
we're
This is
gonna-
where we were before.
No,
though.
no.
Were we-
Scroll over. Scroll over. Go
Which-
this way. No,
What way is that?
stop it.
I don't know what you're doing.
Go this way. If I'm dragging it,
This way.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know what you were talking about.
come down. Come, follow my finger. This is the old parking lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's my fingernail scratches your screen.
Bastard. No, yeah, no. Jesus Christ, it's like a
Huge.
mall.
Yeah. There's a city center there now.
It is a mall.
Oh my God, Brian Boggs is on here now. This is getting crazy.
But I mean, the parking lot that we went to, this isn't the one we parked at last time that
It
I
is.
went.
Yes.
Is it?
Mhm.
Looks different.
We walked down there and walked in. Yep.
That's
But it's a
weird.
little bigger now. I think there's been some expansion.
But yeah,
So
it's
anyway,
got some
we're gonna
grass.
try and take over this thing and
right there, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as close to that as possible to
This is not the parking. If this is the parking lot, this is not where we parked last time because this is dirt. This is gravel. Look at it.
it was gravel then.
No, it was paved. The
Maybe
last
part
year
of-
I went with you was paved.
we walked down that walkway.
I know, but I'm telling you, the last time I went with you, it was paved.
Well, I think more of that is parking lot, so we'll find out. But I have a feeling we're in that dirt parking lot. So it's going to be interesting.
Man, there's lot 3. That used to be
That was
the
the
lot.
lot. We parked there one time too.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, I parked in 3 and 5.
That is where we parked last
Yeah.
time. That's it. Yeah,
That
this,
was-
this shit didn't exist, but this was all
So
roped off.
We were in the middle
yeah,
of where
we were
that
like,
is.
we parked right here.
But if you zoom out, you'll see we were.
Oh yeah, we were
Right
like,
there.
yeah. God damn it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what to say.
No,
But
but
we're
this lot will work. That's pretty big.
Oh, Pat says bring it on in. What we do when we do this, because we've done it before, we bring a generator because you need power.
Do you need mine?
We bring, it's either yours or Matt's. We need minimum of 6,000 watts, and he has one.
Mine's 4.
So we're going to bring his.
All
And then we run power. We bring a canopy. We have a 10 by 20 that I have that we usually use. And my canopy has 3 sides. 4 sides.
I brought this in
optional.
case someone showed up, but I'm having it.
Nobody showed up. So we'll run that, and then we're going to have to do something for the speakers. We might have to buy 2 10 by 10s.
That was for Paula, who'll be listening to this later in the week,
Okay.
and she'll be very thirsty now.
So I got to talk to the guys. Well, they don't spend any money. Mike, the drummer, and I will probably buy 2 10 by 10s to put the speakers under, just to be safe. And we're going to take over this lot, man, and we're going to rock the shit out of it. And then
You'll have to talk logistics.
there's so much, and it's all last minute. But it's so exciting it's sort of like, when people do those things with their phones and they all meet somewhere and do a dance in the middle of a mall or
No,
something.
it's nothing like that.
Okay, it's not.
It's nothing like that.
A lot of dirt involved.
There's a lot of dirt. A lot of that gravel was still in my head when I got home that first time.
It's so cool. Why I shredded my finger playing,
Oh, you bled all over the fucking
and
place.
the guitar was covered in blood.
You gave
took
me
my guitars
you gave me
out.
your guitars. I was taking them in the
'Cause
house, and I'm
I
like, they're
left-
covered in blood.
I left that show.
Fucking gross.
We stayed there for a couple of nights. To the show. Obviously, we went to both the shows, and I kept my guitars in the hotel room. Jim took my amplifier home with my guitars.
Yeah, you crushed all my shit. Thanks for that. Whoever
then-
loaded my car.
That was probably Ed. And then, and then my wife and I went to Vegas from there. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
which is not unheard of. Well, that was a tangent.
That's okay. We like tangents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
Is Mark still on, or is it?
Yeah, he's still here. He's on mute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark,
so-
we're going to have to get together, and maybe we can get Pat Schumacher to come down. He's a great bass player. That would be kind of cool. Have Pat Perry in one room. That's the first time we've heard that sound tonight.
I liked that. That felt neat.
So I sprayed down this entire board
Oh, what with?
with electronics cleaner.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we had a gremlin in there.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be cool. Have a little get together here with some serious musicians.
That's a problem I have with COVID. Is like all the things I keep thinking, like, yeah, nobody wants to do it.
Well, that's the thing, So the minimum requirement for coming over here to jam is you've got to be vaccinated. Not that I'm really worried.
So parvo, kennel cough.
No, you can't get in. No,
Oh, okay.
no, the dog will
Gotcha.
chew you
Gotcha.
out. You know what happens with the hair on the back of her neck?
I know. I shaved that shit off, man.
Jeez.
Ugh.
Beer will get you in, Pat. Yeah.
Oh, every time, yeah. Unless it's Budweiser.
Well,
Well, that'll get in with you.
Budweiser.
rabies
King
is
of beers, baby.
Doc, I've got all this beer to give you. Oh, that's you know what? I needed to talk about that. Oh, nice yellow. So one of the things I have to start doing, and I'm going to start doing it.
Wow.
I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I got to do resolutions for the show. So
not me.
no, I don't do that. My last
Here's
New Year's
mine.
resolution
Don't
was not to
fart.
do it.
Viva la
But I got-
revolution.
I'm going to take note of the beer we do and keep a record of it
Okay.
because I've got so much shit in my little mini fridge at home for Doc, and
Oh,
I haven't seen him, and I'm like,
it's going to go stale.
I don't know what the fuck I can drink and when I can't, and it's
You
getting
gotta
on my
check the dates
nerves.
on that stuff.
It's all good for now, but
Dude, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that thought, man. It really means a lot to me, dude.
no, man. I was in there the other day. My wife's like, why don't you have a beer? Go have a beer. And I'm like, the stuff I have is for Doc. I can't. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I got a bunch of stuff for you. So next time you go to an old school show, let me know.
Oh my God.
So if you're going to Sweden, let me know.
Yeah, I gotta see if I can't get a ride or something there, or see if the two people that I usually hang out with are going. I got suckered into going to Screwballs this Friday.
What?
Oh, you
who's
gotta
there?
come! It's my birthday.
This coming
Who's playing?
Friday?
Who's playing?
Yeah, freaking a shot of Southern.
Oh,
Oh.
I saw that. I was actually going to ask my wife if she wanted to go down because she likes country music, and
I'll come down and bring you your shit, man. I'm right up the street.
It's fuzzy math.
Yeah. Plus, it's an excuse to go drink.
I just don't want to fill the room for them.
Yeah, there's that. They're weird. The one guy looks like Engine Joe from like
That's fine.
that Banana Splits Tom Sawyer thing.
Okay.
Just a little bit. But they're good. They're good. But
No, they're good guys.
yeah, if you guys are they're the ones that had COVID. No, Whiskey Grant had COVID. No, I'm thinking the wrong people.
I know who they are.
I'm sorry. But
I don't believe you.
yeah, let me know if you're going down there Friday. I'll try to come down.
All right.
So
If she picks me up Friday or whatever like that, I'll message you.
all right, cool. Yeah, Friday or Saturday, I'll bring you your shit. So you'll have stuff to do.
Well, I would hope it would
in the
be
parking lot.
Saturday more than Friday.
Well, yeah.
you ain't the only one, dude. You ain't the only one.
Well, actually, I wasn't going to make it to your show Saturday, because we were going to go to Antidote. Because
But now you're going to see Shot of Southern.
now I'm
Oh.
going to see you
Oh,
because they're sick. But it's happening.
Oh no,
sad.
keep it playing because this is cool.
It is.
I got a question for you, because
All
I've seen
right.
this on Facebook. Somebody posted on Facebook and all that, and they're like, out of all the songs you heard, what are the most profound lyrics you've ever heard? Like it just can be like just a couple lines or anything.
I don't pay attention to the lyrics, but Rush
Metallica.
is the winner of that period.
For me, the most poignant one and the one that hit me the hardest was
Oh, I'm not talking about emotion. I'm talking about well-written,
oh, for fuck's sake, I'm talking
yeah.
about
educated lyrics. Rush beats everybody.
my favorite lyric of all
Because
time
the professor. And if you're a fan of Rush, you know what I mean when I say the professor.
Yes, but my favorite lyric of all time was from Fade to Black. I was me, but now he's gone.
Somebody just wrote Temple of Syrinx. I thought that was Pat.
Black Sabbath has the most profound lyric because it resonates today.
Second most prolific lyric writer in my book is Geezer Butler, and Geezer Butler wrote all the lyrics for Black Sabbath, and that's that. So,
what's the particular lyric, Doc?
Won't you help me, Mr. Jesus? Won't you tell me if you can? When you see this world we live in, do you still believe in man?
Gotcha.
It's just like blew my mind when I first heard that.
of course, Pat picked something off 2112. I mean, perfect.
Mine is on. I actually pulled it up because I want to get it right. Things not what they used to be. Missing one inside of me. Deathly lost. This can't be real. I cannot stand this hell I feel. Emptiness is filling me to the point of agony. Growing darkness, taking dawn. I was me, but now he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Black.
mine.
Yeah, Black. Yeah. So
But the Sabbath one was the most profound one, but the most personal one for me is there's one from Judas Priest. Sin after sin I have endured, yet the wounds I bear are the wounds of love.
Yeah. I remember one time I used to manage a deli.
Time stands still from Rob.
Nice.
Rush.
Yeah.
Rush.
No,
Rush.
Rush is great. Yeah. But for me,
Time stands
that's the
still
one
is
for-
just incredible.
No, I was saying I remember one time I was working in a deli and these two African American guys came up and they go, "How come white people can make such good macaroni and cheese?" I said, "I don't know. We got to do something right, hey?" And the guy like just launched in like, "Yeah, what do you guys dance to the lyrics?" And they started laughing and walked away. And I'm like, "Well, yeah, kind of." Like, shit, you're on to me, man. Yeah, the lyrics matter.
There's a guy I watch on YouTube. He's a doctorate professor.
Nikocado?
Of music.
Oh, gotcha.
And he reviews different things. And he loves Iron Maiden. Loves Iron Maiden. Of course, April 1, Triumph, Pat. Of course, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But he did this review of one of the Rush songs. It's a 3-parter. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's about the song about the guitar with the strings, and we have control now.
That's 2112.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, he never heard this before. And his explanation of it from a literary point of view, let alone a musical point of view, is astounding. I got to find his name so I can tell him, give him a plug. This guy, it's called the Daily Doug. The Daily Doug. And he's probably about 10 years younger than I am. He's a classical composer. So he just gets floored by Rush and Iron Maiden. And that just makes my day. I mean, holy crappage.
Yeah.
Holy crappage. He's amazing.
I always thought that
and he'll tell you what the note is, the chord is, what's going on, the progression.
I never understood why high school teachers, English teachers, when they were trying to teach poetry to people, didn't use lyrics from songs.
Because it's not old enough for them to think it's relevant.
I know. I mean, but like you could have a class where you come in and you pull up you could pull
That's
up
up to the student to prove.
No, I know that. But what I would do is pull up like something like from like The Wall, talk about those lyrics because that's really profound.
Mm-hmm.
And then just give them that the first day and then say to them, bring me something that speaks to you. And then discuss that. That way they understand poetry, the lyric of it, and the whole thing. Otherwise, it's like, all that shit you learn. Like, I remember people used to I remember we did Beowulf and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And it wasn't until later I really appreciated it,
Mm-hmm.
But, you do something that the kids would like. Bring your shit in. Find a song, bring a lyric in that you like. Even if it's shitty and I don't like it, tell me what it means to you. That's the whole point of it, isn't it?
It is the point of it, but there's also so much more to what you're saying.
I know I'm deep as fuck, right?
No, you're just skimming the surface.
Oh, dick.
So I'm putting up the Daily Doug. I'm putting up a link for that on the
No, I won't put it
page.
here because there's only,
Let me see if this is. Hopefully,
Mark
I
and
posted
Doc are here.
the one got to do skip the ad because we get the ads running and I got to talk over it.
Motherfuckers.
So I'm pretty sure this is the one.
Why don't we have a jingle?
Thanks for hanging out.
We should work on that.
We should.
Today's a big one. Big episode. I've been waiting for this one for a long time because I need a decent amount of time to invest to do this one right. And y'all, we're jumping off the deep end and we're going to do Rush 2112.
He used y'all incorrectly.
All right. So,
Well, he's from there.
Still.
a bunch of people have been suggesting this one. And
I encourage you, if you're a musician or somebody who really loves music, to watch this guy take this apart. He's never heard it before. His analysis is spot on. His perception of music and of course of this piece is breathtaking and taught me things about it that I didn't know, and I've been listening to 2112 since I was probably 12 years old, maybe 13. It came in with the pot. Let's just be honest. But you know that and The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon. But I'm not a lyric guy. I'm not a guy who pays attention to lyrics. I'm a guitar guy. I focus on the musicianship and the musicality of what I'm listening to. And lyrics mean nothing to me as a musician, which is sad. I have to go back and look at it later.
Look at it
later
Oh.
to understand it and digest it. So when I'm playing a song, I'm still not listening to lyrics. Even when I'm singing the lyric of the song, it's just part of the performance of what I'm doing, whether it's something that was written in instinct, which, I didn't write any of the lyrics in there because I don't write lyrics.
Not even the alien thing.
I wrote some of them, but I play, and what I'm paying attention to is the musicianship of a piece. And specifically, I always talk about Led Zeppelin because the organic grouping and the organic nature of that band, it could not exist without any of the four parts as they were.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you could clone the perfect John Bonham and have that rapport, because rapport musically is something that's developed over time. You develop a rapport as a musician with another musician. It's just like a relationship.
It's like you guys, you never practice, but you can nail it when you get up on stage.
Currently, we're getting to that level.
Yeah.
We were at that point previously with Richie.
Yeah.
Because we had that musical rapport as a band. It's called chemistry, right, Pat? It is called chemistry. And but currently, it's been work because we have a new drummer in the band, and he was getting to know us, and he had learned 140 something songs, and it's a lot to take in. So we've gotten to this point now where we're gelling and we're getting to that new
He's got
level.
that big ass bad kit.
You should have seen what he brought for New Year's Eve.
I just saw the picture he texted
It
us.
was
Jesus Christ.
unbelievable. The drum kit he brought was just breathtaking.
Was
And
it that one, the thing
it was all yellow because
Jesus
it's his old school drum set. He made a drum set for the band, and I'm pretty sure it was an old Pearl kit. He bought an actual double bass kit this time. He did not play a double bass pedal. It was quite the drum kit.
He's just
He had
badass.
Some octobans too.
What day is it, Mike?
That's all I got.
Speaking of which, Mark, have you seen the prices on Ludwig acrylites of late?
Yeah, forget about it.
What a horrifyingly specific question.
Well, he knows what that's all about.
Yeah,
I'll let him.
I mean, everyone wants those. I mean, they're the bottom special. So
My son still has a special.
the acrylites. Yes, the snares. Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant
You're still going to pay.
Bottom
Yeah,
special.
the snare. You're still going to pay $200 plus for a '70s acrylite.
It's crazy. I mean, they're
Yeah,
going up in value.
Well, yeah, I got confused for a second because I was thinking Vista Light, but yes,
Oh, no.
Acrolite.
No,
Yes.
Vista lights in general are
Yes.
shit.
Vista
Only John
Lights are
Bonham made
way
Vista Light.
out of price range, but the Acrolites, yes, you're going to pay $225, $250
Yeah.
for one of
So
those.
when you helped me get my son's first non-included drum snare, which
Right.
was a DW or of some sort at that point, I bought him an Acrolite on your recommendation. We rebuilt it because he killed the thing. He's now he has a secondary Acrolite. He has a black sparkle Acrolite, which is wonderful.
Yeah. They call it the Black Crow Light. Yes.
Very nice sounding snare. And then for graduation, graduating and getting his doctorate, not doctorate, his bachelor's degree, I bought him with my wife, we bought him a Black Beauty.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
Not the drugs.
No.
Okay.
I'll let Mark elaborate on what a Black Beauty is.
Well, it could. I mean, it's a Ludwig, obviously. It could be many things. I have the 110-year-old. I don't know what they call it. Anniversary 8 lug.
I'm talking about.
It's beautiful.
A contemporary Ludwig Black Beauty is what I bought him. I thought about getting him the John Bonham snare, but I didn't. So,
Well, Black Beauty can't go wrong.
He was very happy. It was the most emotional I've ever seen my kid.
Wow.
Now, I wasn't there for the engagement. I wasn't there for the question popping, but I'm just saying.
It was probably better.
Probably.
Yeah.
A little disappointing to me, but.
Stop being such a pussy.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Anyway.
Bastard.
Mark's quite the snare connoisseur. I mean, at one point, I know you had probably close to 100, I would think, snares.
No. I have probably bought and sold 100, but I only have about 5 or 6, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a guy
I don't hold on to them very long.
See, I hold on to my shit forever, and that's my problem.
I just don't. Yeah.
I did recently sell one of my prized Les Pauls. And I'm having remorse at this point. To the point that I'm thinking about buying another one that was just like it, even though I didn't really want it anymore. It's just that it's a sickness, I must say.
Most toys wins.
Yeah. Well, I replaced it with another guitar. It's not like the numbers are still the same. It's just
someday your wife will retire on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's she'll already be retired, but she'll be able to buy that goddamn Ferrari if she wants it.
There you go. Yeah. Controlled dudes. Yeah.
Used, slightly oil leaky Ferrari.
Still a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Guys, I got to go. Doc is the man. And Paul and Jim, you guys are okay.
We lost you, unfortunately, on your parting words.
God, I didn't know what we were. That's going to make me nuts.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm the man. Remember that.
So, Mark, you cut off after you told us that Doc.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, he was fading in and out there a little bit.
Did he leave?
No, he's still there.
Oh.
We'll never know. Doc's the man. We'll never know.
He did leave.
No, he's still there.
Coming
He's
back.
not here on my end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I still see him.
Dad.
Oh, well.
In other words,
We'll never know.
he left.
Rocket.
Oh no! We suck again!
His wife was like, "Are you done dealing with those losers?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus, how much time are you going to waste on that shit?
Hell.
He's got to get up and go to work tomorrow and make some real money.
So do I, but not real early. So,
Who's early?
Dr. Early from Emergency.
Yeah, I knew it. God damn it.
You had to ask.
I know.
You know he was in MASH.
Which one was he?
in the original movie.
Go to work tomorrow. Make some. Oh, I didn't see the movie.
He was in the movie. He was the sergeant driving them in Japan.
Oh,
You know what I got for Christmas?
what did you get? You know what I got? We're sitting on it.
I got an LA County paramedics badge.
Oh my god! I'm still employing that medical box.
Yeah, I like that. That's like they're
That's
they're
the
like
new.
I don't know what box that is. I'm going to figure it out.
Well, it now holds the new PA system, which I think you saw at one show so far.
Yeah,
It's massive. We got this new thing to schlep around the PA unit in. It's unbelievable. Mike found that and financed it for me till I could give him the money. What a massive thing. It's crazy.
Sounds good though.
It's things are sounding good.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
You can set it and forget it eventually.
I like set it and forget it. It's easy.
Yeah.
So Brian Boggs, are you still out there? I don't know. I see you. You're clicking off and liking stuff. Brian is a friend of mine from when I was a small wee lad, as they say. We went to grade school together. So we're going back to 1970s here. We're talking 73, 74, 75, somewhere in there. He moved away and lives in New York State now. Great guy. My first, your kid, you always said, he's my best friend. He was my first best friend. Literally. It's crazy.
Nice.
I've seen him in the last 20 years. He was going through town at one point for business, and my wife and I put him up here one night so he didn't have to rent a hotel, and he stayed here, and we made dinner or something. I don't know what we did, but it's pretty cool. It was cool to see him after all that time. I hadn't seen him in probably almost 25 or 30 years. I mean, that's how long I'm 54. So yeah, it might've been almost 40 years.
God, I don't want to think about it.
Well, it's 40 years now. So it's probably 30 years then. I mean, I'm old, so it's fine. But 54 is the new 38.
I just remember the first time you found out that I was born the same year as you, and
I'm shocked still.
You were shocked. I'm like, I love that. I mean, maybe you were calling me immature. I'm not sure, but
well, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. But
sure.
Yeah.
Bazinga.
Whoa.
So what happened?
Mark's gone.
We were trucking along here.
He looks like he's still here, but he's actually gone.
He's invisible.
Yeah. It's weird. It says he's connected, but he is not. Easy, Anakin, easy.
That was Darth. Yeah.
Hey, same person.
I know, but
God damn it.
In the first couple of movies, they screw it all up.
Oh, by the way, did you see the Book of Boba Fett?
Oh my God. Not as good. Listen, let me take back my oh my God and just say not as good as watching The Mandalorian, but the best is yet to come because, of course, your first episode, you have to shit the bed and explain what's happening and where you're going.
Well, they're doing a lot of backstory.
Exactly. So you have to get there so you can get to the next part. The problem I have with the guy playing it, he
I don't know, is something Morris?
He was
something.
He was Boba Fett's father, but he's really Boba Fett, and they're clones. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So Pat Schumacher says he enjoyed the backstory.
Yeah,
Pat, you should just call the fuck in so we can hear your voice.
I was actually pissed it ended where it did.
He's a little overweight.
I still have to watch it.
He's old.
I know, but if you take it from where they took it at Empire,
well, yeah,
that guy was very thin.
That was a different actor.
I know it was, and I've watched all the documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I doubled down last week while I was off and rewatched all of them.
It's Under the Helmet.
I did. I watched it, and then of course today or recently I watched the Harry Potter 20th anniversary thing. Which
that was unnerving.
It brought tears to my eyes.
Hermione's.
She's still hot.
Not saying it.
She's still hot. She was hot. No, I can't say
Stop saying still.
She's hot.
Yeah.
I really like her.
Yeah.
Listen, other than Star Wars, there was no movie that blew me away more than the first Harry Potter movie.
The first one?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. I didn't know anything about Harry
You're
Potter.
into kitty porn?
No, I didn't know anything about that stupid. I was like, these kids are reading these books. I don't know what it is. My kid wanted to see Harry Potter.
Did he read the book?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was 2004 or something.
No,
So
it wasn't.
when did the first movie come out?
It
2005.
was like supposed to be in the 90s.
No, the movie. When did the movie come out?
You just had the anniversary show. It was about 20th anniversary.
Yeah, I'm
2001.
not doing fucking math.
All right. So we went to the United Artists in King of Prussia, and we saw it in IMAX. And I sat there and I watched this movie, and I had no idea what this Harry Potter shit was. I'm like, oh, these fucking kids. Same experience I had with Star Wars. I didn't know what I was walking into, and I sat down and I watched this movie, and I was utterly taken to a place I'd never been. I was blown the fuck away. Blown away.
I remember my nephew was like
The
a little kid,
imaginativeness of this.
and he was into it, and his dad was telling me, yeah, it's really cool. And so I was like, whatever. And I think I read the first book before I saw the movie.
See, I did the opposite.
And then I saw the movie and I'm like, well, that really translated well. And then I read then it was like, give me another book.
Yeah, it's like crack.
Yeah.
Da
it was
Vinci
like,
Code was like that for
shit,
me.
man.
Yeah, I got to be in the other minority. I just didn't faze me. I just couldn't get into it for some reason.
Really?
I don't know what the hell it was. I watched it. Yeah, I watched it the second one, I think, and it just like I don't know. Maybe it wasn't my cup of tea or something. I don't know.
I don't know. We watch it so we wind up binging the whole series a couple of times a year. And it's weird. Like we were watching it over New Year's and stuff. We watched a couple of the movies because they were
it's very holiday oriented.
They were putting them on, and we were just talking about there's so much nuance. Like I was saying, like if you watch the whole series in the first, and I'd play it, but we'll probably get kicked off Facebook.
Probably.
But the first movie, their theme, it sounds like it's played on like a xylophone. Mm-hmm. It's very childlike. And as it moves along, it's darker and darker. It gets more thematic and more orchestral. And you're like, shit, like there's some depth in those movies.
Well, especially as you got toward the end, they took into consideration the aging. Yeah, it got really
real
dark.
Yeah.
So you heard this. That's terrible.
But yeah, that's basically the beginning. The first
it's very
one,
simplistic, right?
Yeah. But it was funny because I remember Daniel Radcliffe in the thing. He was like, they were talking about the first one. I'm going to say Philosopher's Stone because I hate that they dumbed it down for Americans and called it Sorcerer's Stone. But when he's talking about it, and he's like, and some guy's like, yeah, the end where he goes, when I melted the guy's face.
That was on the thing I watched.
Yeah.
That was great. Oh my God.
And I laughed. I'm like, because you're watching this kid's movie, and then this 11-year-old kid melts this dude's face.
Yeah. And you're like, that's good. I like that.
Like, I wish I could do that when I was 11.
It's I don't know. And then, so I love those movies. And then of course I read the books, and the books were like the movies on 12.
Yeah. What was your favorite movie / book?
The first one.
Really?
The first one was my favorite. Honestly, I didn't feel that the last two, which was one book at one point,
that was tough.
That book was hard to translate, and it didn't work as well.
The problem with that was, and they actually reference it in the book and the movie, was like when Ron's like, he didn't tell you anything else. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so vague. You're like,
yeah.
Holy Christ, this is a nightmare.
The three of them, the three kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And they're all like 31, 32 now.
I liked in the retrospective, he's like, we aged better than at the end.
What they thought they should.
The age progression was much
So let me
worse.
tell you something else. So similarly in life, because life imitates art and art imitates life. I went to Universal probably about 8-9 years ago, after probably some M3 experience or something. Who the hell knows? And my wife and I went to, we were like, we're going to go to the Harry Potter thing. We're going to check out the ride. And it was probably at that point the greatest ride I'd ever been on in my life. And bear in mind that Universal is
We didn't do the ride. That's
half the
right.
price of Disney. I mean, it
Sorta.
probably a third. But so my wife and I went down and we had a double pass. You go to both parks. So we took the train ride over to the other park, which was amazing. This train was, you felt like you were in the movie.
Yeah.
We get off the train. We start walking down the alleyway and we come out of the train station and there's the bus from the movie. There's a double-decker bus. And we don't know that there's any other Harry Potter stuff at Universal.
Oh, it was a whole nother
park. We didn't know. It's Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
I said, I have to go to the bathroom. There's all these people going.
Wait, you did it backwards? You went to Diagon Alley second?
We went to the castle first.
Oh, right.
So I see all these people going through this hole that they made. There's like a hole in the
like
wall.
holes.
And I'm like, that's got to be a bathroom. Everybody's going in there. So we go in there and I'm like, all right, I'll when I find the men's room, we'll,
You could piss in Diagon.
We walk through and there's Diagon Alley. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Did you have the butterbeer?
We did not.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the best part.
I heard that.
It's ridiculous.
We're next time we go, we're gonna.
We tried making it.
We've been like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it was goddamn good.
I might have had the frozen one. I don't know.
You'd have remembered.
I'd remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it was stupid good. I mean, it's like I could have one a year, maybe, but it's very sweet. Yeah, we tried to make it, and nobody has the real recipe.
So let me tell you something. Gringotts Bank.
Yeah.
You feel like you're in the movie.
Well, when the dragon goes off, you feel the heat.
Did you ever go?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been.
I have video of it.
Dude, that and the ride in the castle is just.
Well, the castle's not there.
It's in the other park.
We didn't do the other park.
And then they have Hagrid's roller coaster.
Yeah,
but I
we
still
didn't do
think
that.
the ride in the castle, Jim, that is the singular greatest amusement park thing that ever happened to me.
Wow. I like
until I went into Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley was cool. And we went, it is the fucked up part. Caitlin has never watched the movies.
Well, that'll motivate you a little bit.
No, the kid has never watched the movies. Bree and I, we watch the movies. We love them. So
Pam Bartolota, hello.
Hey. So we go into the wand store.
Yeah. That was insane.
And they pick her.
That's cool.
And she does the whole Harry Potter thing where she gets the wand, she tries it, and it doesn't work. Fucks everything up. Tries another wand, blows everything up. Tries the last wand, and it works. She has no clue what's going on, but she's so excited. So, of course, then I had to buy the goddamn thing. It cost about $50. But the neat thing was, did you buy a wand?
No.
The wands do shit in Diagon Alley.
I know that.
And Bree and Caitlin got one. They were like, you getting one? I'm like, no, I can't afford one. You guys go. But yeah,
no,
you can like
water shoots out.
The water
things
shoots out of
move.
the fountain. And I remember somebody
So
like
did
did
you
it, hit some guy.
I
in a
got to ask you
wheelchair.
this because Nancy and I, once we got into Diagon Alley, we stumbled into this dark alley.
Oh yeah.
And that shop
where Flores and Bots is, or whatever the hell it is.
I lost my shit because that's
skulls
heaven.
everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah. So Pat said he was on the Velocicoaster, which of course wasn't open the last time I was there. I went there for New Year's a couple years back when my wife decided we didn't want to do a party, and we took the money we'd spend on New Year's and got one night in the hotel room. Because let me tell you something. I don't care where you go on New Year's. It's expensive. We stayed at the Hard Rock at Universal for New Year's Eve. Wow. Which was, we overdid it that day, and we ended up staying in the room for the New Year's celebration because we couldn't get any reservations at any restaurants. We didn't realize that we needed a good reservation months in advance.
Yeah.
And now, in this day and age, with all that's going on, COVID and whatnot, you probably need to book now for New Year's this year.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, it was, yeah, of course, express passes, Pat. You got to do the express passes. But if you stay on a property, if you stay at like any of the properties, I don't know which ones, at Universal, they will give you express passes. So you get early entrance to the parks. So usually what we do is when we go to Universal, we get up and go early, and we literally go right for the Harry Potter stuff and do all the rides with those. Because the first time we went, we didn't have that. And we did Gringotts Bank, and that was probably a 2-hour wait, which was worth it. I mean, just going through the bank is incredible. I mean, it really, honest to God, it is everything that Disney used to do great.
They do it better.
They do it better now. And I just watched a video on this last night. We were just talking about this, my wife and I. Disney has they jumped the shark, and now they're building a new park just down the road, which will be part of, you can get a 3 pass. They're going to have a whole thing with Frankenstein, werewolf, and Dracula. They're going to have another Harry Potter world, and
well, I'm pissed. The kids
unbelievable.
The last time we went to Disney, and I only went to Disney because I thought Caitlin would like it. And then after we got there, we went to Universal for one day. She's like, "Why don't we just go here?" I'm like, "God damn it!" But she's going. The Upper Merion takes the kids to Disney every year.
Yeah, my son did that.
Well, they've had a problem with COVID the last couple of years. They haven't gone, but so the juniors and the seniors are going this year since they didn't go last year. So Caitlin's going this year, and they're going for a day at Universal.
Oh, so they're going to love it, dude. Yeah. And, you know, Disney has its stuff. You know, I've been hearing some bad stuff about the Starliner.
The Star Wars shit, I want to check out.
I think I'm going to, I don't care. I'm going to all of the Star Wars stuff.
I want to stay there.
But I heard they shit the bed.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know, now they're trying to reconfigure everything to the Mandalorian, and it's just all this.
I want it to be like,
if they would just listen to Kevin Feige.
Yeah. I just want it to be immersive. I want to get there, and it's like you get on the bus and you see space outside, and it's like you're in a shuttle.
So we should do that together.
We do that. Just do that.
We should do that together.
My kid's almost in college. Soon.
So when your kid's out of college,
we're doing it.
We'll be gray
by then.
Maybe they'll fix it by then.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
so
yeah,
I think the best days are yet ahead, which is always the case.
They have to work out
parks.
the kinks. It's new. We were there when they were just starting the Star Wars stuff, and we went over there, and there was a shitty AT-AT that was there, and Darth Vader was stumbling around. I'm like, all right, I don't want to deal with this. I hate the fact that Disney owns that property to begin with, but let them fix it. Let them get their shit together.
Yeah.
Let Kevin and what's his face from Iron Man.
Oh God.
Let them get their shit together.
Favreau.
Yeah.
He's the dude. He's the real master.
Shit. Yeah. He knows he's one of us.
Look at the Spider-Man movie.
He's us.
Oh my God.
So
the new Spider-Man movie, I saw it over the break. It was spectacular.
That's like my buddy Fred.
Spectacular.
My friend Fred, who grew up in Gulf Mills, right? He's the guy.
Shit.
He's working for Marvel. He's working for He's doing movies now. He's the Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
Yeah.
He's doing all that stuff. He's us. He's a little bit younger than us, a couple of years.
But he's got the mindset.
He's us.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, we know what the hell we're doing.
Oh my God.
You know, it's like Disney shit the bed with all the Star Wars.
Well, now
movies.
they're jacking their prices up.
Yeah.
They're taking things away. They're charging $600 to $700 a night in their resorts
because they bought all this shit they don't know what to do with. They bought Star Wars. They bought Marvel. And
dude, if I'm going to spend listen, I stayed at the Hard Rock in Universal New Year's Eve. We stayed there for multiple days. It was, I don't know, it was $300 or something $100 a night, but we saved for that. It wasn't like we went, oh, just put it on the credit card and
fuck it. We'll deal with it when we deal with it.
We save for our trips.
Jim, you'll pay for it when we're divorced.
But that being,
you know what I mean?
Do know what you mean by that. That being said, the staying at the Hard Rock Hotel was wonderful. It was a wonderful hotel. It was beautiful. They had all kinds of really cool stuff in the room, and the hotel was full of artifacts, rock and roll artifacts, of course. it was just awesome, man. I love it there. I can't say enough. Jump in Jiminy.
Sorry, I commented as you. So
Beaucoup de style, tout comme moi.
yeah,
Yep.
word, man.
Shut the fuck up!
That was not me.
That was me.
Anyway, the Jimmy Fallon ride's great at Universal.
Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah, they have a Tonight Show ride.
That's terrifying.
It was great.
Really? Sounds terrifying.
It was great.
It's like
There's a
I'd be
lot
sitting-
of good stuff going on down
it's like I'd
there.
be sitting in a roller coaster. It looks like Jimmy Fallon.
And like the Velocicoaster is coming. It's there. I haven't ridden it yet, but Pat Schumacher apparently has because he works for NBC Universal.
Nice.
But I cannot wait. I cannot wait to go. I like the Mummy. The Mummy's cool. Yeah, it was good. It was a good ride. I just,
What?
it's this.
Harry Potter is dead!
All right.
Wait, it's supposed to say Harry Potter.
fuck?
Harry Potter is king. But they fucked that up. But I just, god damn, you got to go to the castle, man.
Yeah.
So you remember the hall with all the pictures in it and they talk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they have that hall,
Hogwarts. Yeah.
they have a hall there. And some of them are textured plastic with a video screen behind it. And when you first walk in, you're not sure what's real and what's not because you don't even know it's fake. All of a sudden, the picture starts talking to you.
Nice.
And you're going, holy Hannah. Holy Hannah.
We need to do that one of these. The last time I had anything like that was went on a Disney cruise.
Yes.
We went
never
to
done that.
What is it? Animations, the restaurant the first night. So you go in there, and it's the neatest thing at Disney. Like otherwise, I'm all Universal now, but this was cool.
I'm 50-50, man, because let's put it this way. Walt Disney World is my favorite place in the world.
But this place was amazing. You go in and there's art all over the walls, right?
Yeah, it's all
black and white.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just outlines.
Oh.
So you go in and the person comes up there wearing black and white. The Waitron.
The Waitron.
So you start having dinner. Very, very slowly, they start adding color to the walls and to their clothes.
Where you're sitting.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The actual people start slowly getting more colorful.
Crazy.
And the walls.
How do they keep track of that?
They just do. And then you look up, and by the end of the night, everything's in like full color.
So,
all
dude,
around
do you know what movie that did that and did it beautifully? Great movie. Under the radar, killer movie, Pleasantville.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable movie. It's the guy who played Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah. The guy,
Tobey
Tobey Maguire.
And Reese Witherspoon.
They're in this movie. And they're kids, and Don Knotts is their connection point. It's the last thing Don Knotts ever did. And he's one of my favorites.
And it starts out black and white? I didn't know that.
Well, the movie starts at color, but
then they go there.
They go to black and white.
Gotcha.
I won't give much more away. If you haven't seen
it, turns into a fish.
You got to see it. If you want, I'll rent the goddamn thing this Friday night and we can sit and watch it. Dude, it's one of my top 20 movies of all time.
Wow.
It's not a literary movie. It's not a movie with depth.
No, but I didn't know they did that.
But visually and the essence of the story is so wonderful. And now I'm starting to sound like the professor.
Yeah.
But
well, imagine you're having dinner. And that's
happening.
Yeah.
But that's what they had to take it from there.
You almost don't even realize it. Like
you're all
just look around.
Wait a minute, that guy's got a pink.
And it was weird.
Handkerchief.
Like it's not like an American. Like you have like a lot of courses.
Okay,
very small.
Dude, we have to see this movie. You're gonna be like, I know where they got that from.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It was like I've never had a better meal, and it was like I said, it was very small. Lots of courses. But I mean, just the fact that your Waitron is changing every few minutes.
Pat's like, how do I get on here? How do I get it to call in? So Pat, there's a couple ways you can call in. The first one is, and Jim's going to put up a link. You can subscribe to Podbean.
We'll just create an account.
Create an account, and it's free. There's no charges. It's not crazy or anything like that.
No,
And-
they only charge me.
Sorry, Jim.
That's all right.
I get charged for the old school webpage.
God damn!
And you can call in through that directly. So you'd listen to the show through that, and you'd watch us in Chinese with the subtitles on Facebook because we're not in the same sync.
Zao.
That being said, the other thing you could do is you could message Jim and then call Jim on his webpage on Facebook.
One at a time.
And only one person can do it at a time. And you could be on the show. If you did it to my account, unfortunately, the audio, I don't think it carries through, right?
No, it didn't carry through last time.
It should, because everything else carries through.
We could test it.
I'll tell you what, Pat, we're gonna try a test right now. You ready? Nope, I didn't want to do that. That was the wrong button.
Oh my!
I just trashed. Fortunately, the audio.
Oh my God!
It's really
what
going
the
to shit.
hell's
Right?
going on?
Get the mute button.
It
should, because everything
Mute
else
the
is
whole
still
tab.
not muting. Jeez,
Mute the tab.
you mutant lander. Hold on. Let me. I thought we were friends already.
God damn it!
Hold on, I'll find you. There you
Oh,
go.
see,
We're
you broke
friends.
time, and
All
you
right.
thought you could just stick it back together
Now
with
just shut your. All right, I'm calling you, Pat.
That's weird.
One ringing, two ringing.
Pat,
Okay, I have you on Messenger.
see? Now you're on the show.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that
And
easy?
you can hear
But
me?
now, can people
That
hear
works.
him on
Well, we don't.
Facebook?
There's only one person on Facebook, so who would know?
We never know.
But Pat's on. Pat's a fucking rock
Yeah.
star that works for
There
NBC
you
on
go.
top of it.
Yeah, it's been illustrious to say the least.
I mean, it's probably my favorite company. I used to be a big Disney fan during the Eisner years, but currently things are just not what they used to
And
be.
then a TV Guide fan during the Rupert years.
Well,
Yeah,
that's because
it's definitely not. And I was a big Disney fan when my kids were younger, but as they've grown older and they want to do the more adult stuff, NBC Universal, that whole park is geared towards the people that are a little more aged.
it certainly seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Universal's staying ahead of the curve, and the Epic Universe is going to break the bank in this country. It's going to change things in a way that I don't think people can really actually conceptualize at this point. Because it's going to be all the stuff that you see in Europe and Japan that all
Failed.
No, that Universal has done.
Oh, those guys
that have
I'm thinking.
succeeded. It's very interesting. I find it all very interesting, and I'm really excited for all of it.
Well, the entire way people consume media over the past several years has changed. You know what I mean? Especially with COVID, nobody's watching cable per se as the way they used to. They might watch a couple shows here and there, but
Yeah.
everybody binges an entire series.
That is exactly correct, man. I find myself that way. Listen,
I'm incredibly lazy.
we had Verizon for years and years, and
Fuck those guys.
now we have just the internet. And what I use is YouTube TV for my cable channels. I have literally watched that, other than the news, a handful of times. I mean, I put on the news every night. I watch the regular broadcast news. I could probably get that on Roku without even paying for it.
I've got to have my 600-pound life, or we can't survive.
Well, you and my mother-in-law will get along great.
But you know what? I would.
But I watch regular YouTube for everything.
Yeah. If I weren't employed by Comcast and got the employee, comp service, basically,
Sure,
I wouldn't
yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it.
I mean, the world has changed. I mean, I watch more episodes of Vice Grip Garage than I watch anything else. And Derek, that's a plug to you. You don't know who I am, but I fucking love your
I've got to
fucking
catch up
show.
with that. I haven't watched it in a while.
He is spectacular,
He's great.
and he's a great father and a great
Lover?
YouTuber, and
God, yeah.
he builds cars, man, and that's all I care about because I'm a car guy.
I hate the fact that he's so good at it.
He is
I'm
spectacular.
just jealous as hell at it. Like he could find a piece of shit anywhere in the world and bring it back to life and make it awesome.
He knows his stuff.
I know. I hate it. It's my father's fault.
But you could not do that to a modern era car.
No, God, no.
No, it's got to be a car pre-computers. It's got to be a car with just
Gotta have a
simple
carburetor. Yeah.
Because there's basic mechanical skills that go into that, I'm not making fun of that. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is that you have to have those mechanical skills, which is a laundry list of things. But once you stepped into cars that had computers, the world changed.
Well, that's like the kids' Mini. We took it to the shop like 50 times to get one thing fixed. Luckily, we only had to pay for it once, but they couldn't get it right because the computer wasn't set.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's like, I don't want that. 1971, 1972, right there. End it. That's it.
I was just going to say, give me a 72 Charger SC 454 Magnum. I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, exactly. Just chop it off at 72 because everybody went nuts in 73.
Well, that was when the regulations went in for the emissions, and they started smogging everything and smog
Even that,
bumps.
but the cars got like they started getting blocky and ugly.
Well, that's what they did.
Like look at a Roadrunner in 69. Not a fan unless it's a Superbird. Badass.
Mm-hmm.
But 71
I like Chargers.
71, 72, beautiful cars.
Chargers.
Charger.
It's like that B body.
69 Charger is my favorite Chrysler product there is.
But I mean, this one is one of the ones that's like so major. It's like 69, totally different. 71, 72, great.
Well,
73,
so you like the Coke bottle car.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That fat ass back end and
Bastard.
Yeah.
This is why Paul and I get along. Chargers and beer.
Chargers.
That whole like Chrysler Plymouth B body.
1970 Chevelle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hello, gorgeous.
Yep.
Now, oddly, Monte Carlos from 1970 to 77, I loved all of them. All of them.
I was gonna get a 76.
Loved them.
My dad
the
took
76 was, I think, the first year of the dual Q light.
Yep.
But before that was the round light, which mimicked the curves in the quarter panel.
Yeah.
Which was also, I think, either stolen or reminiscent of the Chrysler Cordoba. Which, if you have to be old enough to understand what Corinthian leather is, and why that is relevant to the Chrysler Cordoba, there was no such thing as Corinthian leather. It was a marketing ploy. That leather was made in the United States of America, as it should be, and it was a marketing thing to sell cars.
It wasn't a real thing. They made it up.
They made it up. There's no such thing as Corinthian leather. Yeah. And if you want to learn about that, watch the episode of Curious Cars on YouTube.
Or Fantasy Island.
Well, yes.
Don't set up the Ricardo Montalban.
Yep.
The host of Curious Cars, it's the 70s era, 1974, 75 Cordoba he does. He explains the entire scenario in the way that he does, which Curious Cars is unbelievably funny and a little bit scary. It's another show I would highly recommend to people to watch.
God damn it.
I don't like to give that out unless I'm absolutely sure we have something going.
And that's what I did. So
there you go.
Just don't get crazy on me here. All right.
Who's crazy?
Touch it.
Oh, that.
You know what another cool car was? And that's a little bit later, probably like early to mid 80s, was the Buick Regals.
Oh, God, yeah.
They were nice, man.
I never got into those.
Well, they were based on the Cutlass and the Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
The same body. And the first iteration during 1978 was what they had the Regal, and then they had the T-Type, and then they had the Turbo. The Turbo eventually turned into the Grand National. The Grand National.
Well done.
Thank you.
You need an echo.
I mean, unbelievable car. One of my favorites. 3.8 liter V6 turbocharged, producing a whopping probably about 225 horsepower, which is nothing by today's standard. But back in those days, that was astounding because we were just, crippled with all this pollution control stuff, which it's fine. We needed it. But at the same time, the car companies couldn't react fast enough to make the changes needed. Because as we know now, we live in the 2020, 2021 world where or is it 2022? Whatever. We live in this world where they make cars that produce 600 and 700 horsepower with all of that stuff happening. It's amazing.
They had time to figure it out.
Hellcat. What more do you need to say? I will kill myself right now. Turn off the traction control. I'm going to hit the wall.
I hate those goddamn commercials. Like, you could win one of these. I'm like, fuck you. No, I can't.
Yeah, I tried that.
I'm not even going to try because I won't.
Don't stay out too late.
I can't. I got to drive somebody to work tomorrow.
I'll be right back.
But we're gonna finish up here in another 5 or 6 minutes. But see, Pat, you could have been just calling in and instead of just typing all this crap all this time.
You need to invite me. That's the problem.
Well, I think I did a number of times, but
Well, I tried. I hit it on Facebook and it never seemed to go through, or on the link. So I see it come up and say request to join. I hit it, and then nothing would happen. So I figured
he's a piece of shit.
Well, now we've got it figured out. So now we've got a whole thing going on, and we're going to continue that thing.
I'll dial in.
Yeah. See, it just makes it easier. And I will say that the more audience participation that we have on this podcast, the faster and easier it goes. Not that I want it to go fast, but the easier it goes. It's more, it's less, I don't know. It stagnates when it's just Jim and I sitting here together.
We're people give more content.
Thank you.
We're missing our 2 chicks.
What chicks?
Steph and Beercat.
Yeah, well, Beercat's busy doing another podcast tonight.
Oh, damn it.
And I don't know where Steph's probably driving somebody somewhere.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But
touch it.
I am unfortunately normally rehearsing on Tuesday nights, and so I missed the show, and I try and catch it. I'll listen to it offline later.
Well, thank you.
That's why I see your comments later. So,
Yep.
Well, when you're not rehearsing, feel free, and we'll set it up and we'll do the whole thing. And this is good.
I know that your account works. I'll call you on your account. Jim isn't friend of me.
I sent
That
one.
bastard.
Damn it.
So, Pat, the next time you call in, we're going to give the whole lowdown of who you are and what's going on. And this guy is on a whole nother level, and we're gonna
the whole show.
That. We're gonna let that hang in the air.
That was weird.
Do the skinny. It's all good.
Yeah,
there you go.
Because that's a story to tell. And
It's
hopefully,
a long story.
maybe next week, if you're not busy, we can
Actually,
tell.
I think that's our first rehearsal after the holidays. But as soon as I have a free Tuesday, I will let you know.
Okay, let me know in advance, and I'll promote the fact that you're going to be on the show, and I'll plug your band and everything that's going on with that, and
Cool.
hopefully you don't take off for Europe in between.
Not yet. We're getting close, though, I hope.
Okay, very cool.
Nice.
All right, guys, I'm going to drop. You guys have a good night. Paul, pull out the guitar and jam, man. Come on, let's do it.
I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I think my wife's in bed, and I think we're going to probably just pull the plug on this thing. And
it's late. Yeah.
I got to do some stuff. I got to
drugs and alcohol.
Maybe a little of that, but I got to hit the hay.
Gotcha. We need to do another beer night in your basement.
Dude, definitely, but not till 5 a.m. again. My wife wanted to kill me. We should start at about 6:30 in the afternoon night.
We could do that.
Yeah, that'd be a lot better.
I could bring my other half up.
That would be very cool. We get Jim and his wife here, and
there you go.
We could do a whole
just horrify them together.
Menage a
It's a
Swix.
pool party.
Yep. I'll open up the hot tub. It'll get really crazy.
Yeah, that'll get weird real
Yeah.
fast.
Once the dog gets in, everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, she licks a lot of. Never mind.
Easy now.
Ooh, hey now.
You know what they say about that.
What?
Touch it.
Yeah.
Touch it. Touch it.
I still got slobber all
Party
over my
tonight.
hand.
All right. Pat, it's been fun. Mark Perry, thank you so much for tuning in. That was so
Yeah.
cool to hear from you as well. And of course, the great Doc.
Yeah. Doc, let me know what's going on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
All right. And then
Jam session in Paul's basement.
there you go.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. What we're doing now. But we'll figure that out. And then old school.
I drank some bleach all the way down to the blue, and now I'm starting to feel like Harry Potter's.
All right. That was a fucking weird segue.
This Saturday at Sweetland Firehouse, you'll find the band Old School drinking bleach. No, we'll just be there playing.
Sure.
And it's going to be a great show. I can't wait. It's always a fun time at Sweetland. It gets a little crazy, and it's an early night, which is always nice. And then Jim and I get to do something afterward, which is even better.
Yep.
Which I'm hoping will happen Friday.
You like popsicles?
Oh my.
Yeah.
I think that sounds reasonable.
I think it's perfectly reasonable.
Yes.
Damn the consequences.
We can settle this like reasonable and sexy teenagers.
Touch it.
Now we're going to prison.
Yeah.
But all right. Yeah, Doc, let me know. And hopefully I'll see you this weekend and get you nice and wasted for the day after.
Cool.
All right. You got anything else?
I've said enough.
All right. I think we're done. So next Tuesday at 8:30, we'll be
8:30.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell else we have to do?
Hasta la vista, baby.
All right. Thank y'all. And we'll see you next time.
Peace out.
What the hell did you do?
There you go.
Just doing my job. How are you? You're a damaged goods lady.
Damn.
I'm Adam Gibson. I'm Adam Gibson. I'll call you back.
Are you done?
Here it is.
All right.
Bye.
All right. We're out. Doc, thanks. Talk to you guys later.
Chicken pot pie, everybody. Chicken pot pie.
Yeah. Word.